You need to stop making fake turns in your golf swing. This is one of the most common problems I see in golf. It causes really poor strikes, clubs coming from out to in, kind of really weak shots as well. This is going to work with your driver. It's also going to work with your irons. This idea applies to both. So what is a fake turn? On the left there is a fake turn. 80 degrees of shoulder turn compared to a real turn of 90 degrees of shoulder turn. This is using an 8 iron, and you can see the club looks like it's gone about the same distance back, but it hasn't. The distance the club has gone back, so the size of the circle made on the backswing with the real turn compared to the fake turn is huge, which contributes to really poor distance out of shots, driver and irons. The other problem with the fake turn is if you don't turn very far on the way back and then you start rotating on the way down, we see this pattern. Hips and shoulders want to open up really early, throwing the club out this side. We also see hip sway disappears. So hip sway, trying to get your body across to strike the ball, disappears. One on the right, nearly 4 inches across, which is good for striking the ball, driver and iron. The one on the left there, I'm only 1 inch across, because what happens if I don't turn very far, make my fake turn, arms go back, then I rotate, that puts me on top of the ball. Going forwards, I'm just going to miss it. So I tend to stay back for it, adding loft, flicking forward, hitting the ground first. Who hasn't struggled from these points? So let's fix that. We want no more fake turns, please. So drill number 1 you need to play with. I want you to try and make big hip turn backswing. So feel like you get loads of depth in your hip. Really push that hip back as far as it can go in your backswing. So you can do a practice swing. Really feel like your hip turn is getting plenty of depth. Let your shoulders go with that as well. They'll tend to turn a bit more. Then I want you to make a swing where you feel like you get no depth in your hips and they stay pretty square on, where you just kind of get your arms moving back to the top. Feel the difference between no turn, loads of turn. For most people watching, I don't want the loads of turn because you can turn too much, but I want you then to hit some shots where you move much more towards the loads of turn. So you're basically adding more hip depth, more turn into those hips than you normally feel. The contrast between feeling no turn to as much as you can do is a great way to find the amount of turn that works for you. Now, if you're someone who slices the ball, comes over the top, you need to get more towards that bigger turn. If you're someone who tends to drop the club inside and flip it over at the ground and hook it, you then probably are someone who needs to just restrict that turn so you can go towards the 0 turn. The skill is playing with both sides and finding that middle ground. Fake turn swing buster number 2. Try and get lead shoulder to turn over trail heel. So as I move back, from my perspective, as I look down, this shoulder is over that heel. It's covering it up. So if I do fake turn, just take the club back. So look, my shoulders haven't turned at all. I mean, my shoulders over here. I do it both arms across, my shoulders kind of pointing off over towards that ball. So make some swings where you try and feel like you get this shoulder to cover up this heel. But wait, if you do that with your fake turn ingredients as well, these kind of swings will happen. So where everything just feels really long and out of control. Remember, a fake turn means that you don't do much turn with your body, but you do a lot of arm movement. So if you go in and add all this depth and bigger turns, but you still do your huge arm movement, that won't work. And it's chicken and egg. Which one is it? What causes the fake turn? The fact that you don't want to turn so you put your arms way back, or the fact that you put your arms way back, so what's the point in turning? It doesn't matter which one it is. What you need to get into the habit of trying to do it is as you get this shoulder over that trail foot, so you're really trying to stretch the turn, getting that little bit more of hip depth as well, so that hip going backwards as you rotate. You need to try and hit shots where you get this amount of turn, but your hands have to stay this side of your head. So they have to stay out this side. So you're going to feel that you do big shoulder turn, big hip turn, small arm swing. This is an 8 iron I'm hitting here. I haven't hit that particularly hard. I was doing a demo as we speak in the video. That's carried 175 yards. One of the main complaints you get when people swing this way is they say, I just don't feel like I can hit it anywhere swinging like that. What you feel to what is happening is the reason why you're not playing the amount of golf or to the standard of golf you want to play to. You've got to challenge your feelings, and the feeling and the game you could play is how far can you hit it with the smallest arm swing possible. Big turns, tiny arm swings. How far can you hit it? Like I've mishit that, so it's going to go left, so it's poor strike, that is still carrying 142 yards. Oh, miss it. Which leads on to my final point here. As you do this, there's going to be an anti-honeymoon period, meaning as you change the order into small arm swing, big shoulder turn, like I just did there when I exaggerated it, trying to strike the ball is really hard because your brain is just thinking, well, I haven't finished my backswing. My hands are over here. Why are my shoulders over there? You reorder everything. What you've got to do, which is the hard bit, is you've got to work on a bit of block practice, just in a net, at a range, wherever. The cheapest practice you can find, so in a net where you're not paying for golf balls, you can just hit time and time again. You've just got to work that reorder in until you find your strike, because it's there. Your brain will reorder it. You've just got to train it, reprogram it. Because then people say to me, I can't believe how far they're going now. It's the same every time. If you want to find out how far they should be going subject to your handicap, watch this video. Remember to subscribe for more free golf tips.